Hello, it's Griff, and I'm in Humboldt Redwood State Park, and it's amazing. This huge giant trees behind me. There's huge giant trees all around, but this one fell down, and now it just looks super cool. I'll go stand by it later so you guys can see just how enormous it is. But today, I want to clear up an American and European cultural mystery known as the snipe hunt. And some of you may know about snipe hunts, and some of you may have even heard. Well, let me just get into this. When I was 7 years old, I went to a church camp, and they sent all the boys to bed. So we were all in our tents, and then they came around. They're like, "Come out, boy, and bring your pillowcase. We're going on a snipe hunt." So like all these boys, we came out, we circled up, and we were like, "Snipe hunt? What's a snipe?" And they wouldn't tell us what a snipe was. They just told us that when they pointed at us, when they pointed at a particular boy, you had to make the snipe call, which was, and that would attract the snipe. Otherwise, you had to be really quiet, and you had to creep through the forest and not step on any dry leaves. And we had our pillowcase, and we didn't even know how big a snipe was and if this pillowcase was going to work on it or not. It was totally scary, adventurous, super fun. And then we got back to our tents without any snipes, and the camp counselors were all laughing, and they were like, "There's no such thing as snipes. We tricked you." Years later, I found out that yes, indeed, there are snipes. Okay? There are snipes. And they look like this. This is a snipe. That is how the snipe hunt started. Okay? But this is a bird called a snipe. There's lots of species of snipes, and they live all around the world. And one was recently spotted in Humboldt Redwood State Park. It was probably passing through because these birds, as you can probably tell by looking at their long beak, are marsh birds. And so they have this long beak, but at the end, it's kind of flexible like lips. So it's like they have little lips at the end of their bill, and they can even open up little clams and stuff with those lips, see? So the snipe also has eyes almost in the middle of its head, so it can see front and back and side to side. Front, back, and side to side. That's a snipe dance. Front, back, and side to side. Then you can do the call. While you're doing that, don't do that. That's not really a snipe call anyways. But snipes can see all around, and so they're very hard to ambush. They're very hard to shoot, okay? Plus, they fly 60 miles per hour, and they fly like this. So they're in marshes. They're very well camouflaged. If you flush one, it flies like this, and it goes really fast, and they're hard to shoot. So in India, during the 1700s, when the English colonial army was there, the Indians would take these Englishmen on these snipe hunts, and the very best shooters could actually hit one of these birds. So if you were the very best shooter of snipes, guess what you were called? A sniper. That's where we got the word for sniper, is you were a really good shot, and you could shoot a snipe, you became a sniper. That's the origins of the word sniper. We have snipes in the United States. This is actually the common snipe, and I'll show you where they live so you can see if there's one near you. Switch. So this up here is their breeding ground in the winter, and then this darker purple, if you can see it, is their year-round, where they're out year-round. Blue is where they overwinter, so all the way down here. There's lots of different kinds of snipes that live in all over the world, but this is the common snipe that we have. And I just saw one at the Coastal Dunes, Friends of the Dunes property in Arcata area. It's a beautiful bird. It's a wetland bird. And they're doing better than most birds because even though we've drained like 80-some% of our wetlands to build houses, and also we drained a lot of our wetlands just by killing all the beavers, because that's how North America was originally colonized, was for beaver pelts. Most people don't know that. But when we killed the beavers, we killed almost all the beavers. They're starting to come back now. But 150, 200 years ago, and even longer in California, they killed all the beavers. And so when the beaver dams wore down, it drained all these wetlands. And so we have a lot less wetlands for wetland birds. So if you want to support snipes and other cool wetland birds, then support wetland restoration, restoring, and preservation. So these very, very cool birds are behind the snipe hunt. Now, why I think it became this like prank in American and European culture, especially for older people, I think a lot of young people don't know about snipe hunts. But it's because a lot of people, when they went on snipe hunts, came back empty-handed. And so pretty soon that happened so much that people thought snipes didn't exist. And that's how come now they're pranking the camp counselors like, snipes don't even exist. Ha ha ha. But snipe hunts do still exist in the United States. They're a game bird. You can shoot them. I don't know why you'd want to shoot them though, because there's not much to eat on them. But and really good shots can still shoot them. So that's the origin of the snipe hunt. If you've been on a snipe hunt, let me know in the comments before. Tell me how old you were and who took you on the snipe hunt. Also, if you want to learn more about snipes and other very cool birds, culturally cool and ecologically cool, go to allaboutbirds.org. Allaboutbirds.org. You can even hear their real call, because it's not, it's something different. It's almost like that though. And you can learn how to help birds, because birds in general have declined by 50% since the 60s in the United States. It's horrible. Billions and billions of birds have disappeared. Mostly from habitat destruction, like the draining of wetlands in the snipes case, and our cats. My best friend's a cat. Cats killed many birds. That's why I have a catio. My cats don't go outside. And from window strikes, especially in skyscrapers. So there's things we could do to help our birds, because we don't want to live on a birdless planet, and we definitely don't want to live in a birdless park. So we had one snipe in this park. We usually don't have snipes. Because we don't have a lot of wetlands habitat big enough to support snipes, but I guess they pass through because someone saw one on eBird. Allaboutbirds.org. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend.